here. We're live. This talk show is on the go, and I'm Sundar Krunquist. I'm your host, and I'm here with the one and only Vinny Fasline. I'm sure I'm saying it incorrectly, but you're going to pronounce it.
You nailed it. Thank you.
Did I nail it?
You nailed it.
Oh, an East Coaster guy. He's from you.
I usually get Fasline or Vaseline. I don't like that. You got it.
No. And how do you say it in Italian?
The original Italian version was Faslino.
Faslino.
I didn't change it just to fit in. My great-grandparents changed it to get jobs here in America, I guess. I wanted to change it back, actually.
You should change it back.
Faslino just sounds nice.
It just sounds like scary.
I grew up with the nickname Vaseline. I don't want that.
You don't want that.
Greasy oil? What is that? No.
Right. It's something that I need for my hair. I'm just kidding. How do you know you're on a shoestring budget when you spring Pam at the last minute in your hair saying, I got to go? I think there is a dearth of Italian comedians out here with the exception of you, Marino, maybe Sal. I mean, where are all the Italians in L.A.?
Yeah, there's not a lot here. You can't even get good pizza. The pizza's garbage here. Horrible. It's horrible. And you're East Coaster.
It's terrible.
It's the worst.
And you closed?
No water. The water's the problem.
The water is the problem.
The water. So look at you.
And they're saying, like at La Monica's, they have pictures of trucks that they ship their dough in trucks from New York. No.
Well, I heard Joe's does that. And Joe's is not too
closed.
Bad. No, it didn't. Don't tell me that. Joe's on Sunset closed?
Dude,
the Hollywood one or the West Hollywood one?
The one that was in that little mall area.
No, that was my favorite one. Oh, man. Can I get any good news?
I know. Not with pizza.
The only pizza place I like closed?
That's it. That's the only place I had. I wanted to... Well, I'll tell you another good place to go to.
Man.
I got some Boston Guineas up the street at Pastina.
What's it called?
Pastina.
Ooh, Pastina.
Francesco Cavul, his name is, and it's really good. It's really good, and they sponsored my TV show for like 7 seasons, so I'm very happy to have those people around.
Man, that could be garbage. You sponsor my TV show, I don't care. I will promote it like it's the best pizza ever.
Oh my God, I love it. But I have to say that people in LA are very, very, they have a lot of pride. The guy that works in my building says, Sundar, you know why we can't drink the water out of the faucet? And I said, no, I really don't. And he said, because we have an additive so that it doesn't rust the pipes.
Yikes. Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Weird.
Why would you have an additive? What about my pipes? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I drinking? In New York, you could drink water out of the faucet. Yeah. I will never complain again.
Wow.
I will never complain again. But let me just say this about where you're from. Now, tell us about where you're from in Philly.
Well, my mom's side's from Philly. I came here from Pittsburgh, but I was born in Ohio. I was born in Youngstown, Ohio. And when my parents divorced, I moved to Pittsburgh. But my mom is born in Philly. Her whole family's in New Jersey. That's where you get that, that Italian, like, hey, my ball sack. They're all insane. They're crazy people. But, I moved here from Pittsburgh 8 years ago. Man, I don't know. Are we going to count this year? Because even, I'm not going to count this year. I just shut it off. This year doesn't count. Do I say, I think it's going to be my 8th year in October. Shit, I'm still going to say 7. That's scary. I don't count this year. I'm going to turn 34 this year.
Is that crazy? Oh, my God.
I'm not going to say I'm 34. It doesn't count this year. I'm 33.
Wow.
Another year.
I screwed up once, like last year. I thought it was 2019. It was 2020. I missed a whole year somehow.
I don't even know what today is.
I don't either. It's Sunday because I'm Sunda on Sundays. That's the only way I can remember it.
That's true.
How many times do you... So what's the situation in comedy now? What are you guys allowed to do and not to do? How young do you go? Let's talk about it. Come on. Just because
How young do we go?
Yeah. How is the youngest you're going to date a chick?
No, we're doing it. Oh, God. Well, first of all, not my thing at all. I'm single again, and I really want a relationship. I've been really depressed over this whole, quarantine thing because I'm lonely. I'm living by myself. I got a dog. I've been spooning my little Australian cattle dog. What's going on? I got to change my life now. Anyways, I realized I need somebody my age at least, just because, I don't know. I just want somebody that's on the same,
little common denominator.
You know what it is? Also, this it's different when from the East Coast because people settle down a lot earlier. A lot of people have kids in their 20s.
All the time.
I mean, because that's it,
what
family,
do, right?
So now that I'm in my 30s, I feel like a piece of shit. I'm like, I don't even own my car. I have nothing. My sisters like have 5-bedroom homes and families. I go, what the fuck's going on with me? So I need a girlfriend to start there, and I need one around my age that's ready to settle down, because I also realize that people don't commit here.
They can't commit. They can't
Everyone's
commit to
looking for the next
lunch.
best thing. They're looking for the next. All right, you told me not to be bitter. Sorry.
But you're right. You're
Let
so
me-
right. But I have to agree with you 100. You know why?
I'm back.
That's not being bitter. That's being East Coast honest.
I'm tired of it.
I'm done.
I'm sick of it. I'm tired of people, the phoniness here. This is why I love stand-up comics, at least. Most stand-up comics are at least honest. Sometimes they're brutally honest.
Right.
You know.
But we appreciate that.
But we appreciate it. So sometimes it could sound rude, but it is, at least you know what you're getting. That's what I like. I like transparency. I think the older I got, then I started realizing in just people and friendships and dating, I go, I just want transparency.
Do you think you could ever find love in LA?
Fuck. I have no idea.
I have introduced so many people.
I've tried.
I have hooked up like 9 people that got married and had families. Is that crazy?
Well, look, I'm not saying I'm not part of the problem. I mean, you're dating a lonely comedian, like, who's a little bit of a mess himself. Like, yeah, you don't want to be around a sad person all the time. Fuck.
You need an opposite. That's what I think. People, let me tell you something.
I just want
Women
somebody
love
at my
to laugh.
jokes.
Women love to laugh.
Yes.
Women love to, that's why they're chuckle bangers, because like, hey, you know, he makes me laugh.
Yeah.
How do people fall in love with people in prison?
Well, here's the thing. That's hilarious.
True.
That is true. Well, here's the thing. Everybody thinks comics are always funny. They think we're always funny and we're always on. Not true.
No.
Stand-ups
so
are
depressed.
not always on.
No.
When I'm in my house, I'm not going around like, yeah, so came back from the mall and, oh, Jesus Christ, the shoes. Like, I don't know. Nobody, like, I'm not doing bits all day. People think we do. What are we? I'm not a freaking clown.
We cut off. We have to cut off.
No, I'm just walking around my house screaming regrets. Like, fuck, I shouldn't have said that.
Or why didn't I say that? Or why didn't I say that?
Yeah, that's more what I do.
Can I tell you how much BS there is out here? I went to go see someone. I stopped at a club who will remain nameless to see the club owner. And everyone told me he wasn't in. He would be in later on that day, whatever. So I leave. But I had to go to the bathroom, so I came back. And I run into his partner who says, oh, where are you going? I said, I went to see so-and-so, but he's not in the office. And you know, when we opened the door, he had been in the office the whole time. And you know what he felt like seeing him? Like busted in a lie. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, you're there.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked in and I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
It's all like Shaggy out here. It wasn't me. It's amazing, isn't it?
That's so true. Oh, man, just own up to your shit.
And complete shock. I just walked in. Where you walk in from? Like, no, buddy, you were here. Come on.
Yeah, it's true.
What about the female comedians who are taking off their clothes now? Okay, so are they going to be harassed next? What's the story?
I mean,
How's this going to play out, guys?
What are you comparing it to?
Come on. Well,
obviously, I know you want to talk about the whole Dalia thing.
No, well, you know something? A lot of people have contacted me about that, but I don't know if he knew what he was getting into.
Yeah, that's
It's hard when they say they're 18 on these social media platforms.
Look, oh, man, it's just.
What was the story, the behind-the-scenes story? I didn't hear it yet because I'm in denial.
Well, if the people coming out with the stories and it's true, it's fucking disgusting, you know?
Oh, really?
I mean, the stuff that I read, you know? But, and there's a lot, so I don't know, you know, it's like, but at the same time, you just kind of, yeah, I don't know, you just got to see some evidence of like I don't know, it's such a weird thing, like,
dude,
I stay out of it, like, you know, I've known him a little bit, through the business, and he's been nice to me, so I you know, I'm not going to trash him at all.
Dude. I can't. That's like what they were trying to do.
It's just a weird thing. It's just a weird, thing to even talk about. It's just a crazy thing to see that come out.
Oh, gracias. Thank you so much,
Somebody just came in with some cotton candy or something.
Thank you. Oh, it's so nice of him.
What is that, watermelon?
Yeah, come on, bring it on in. This is our.
She's trying to get me back on the podcast, guys.
This is how we cater. We have watermelon that comes in from Marcos, and you know what? these comedian scandal things are just so difficult because these are the people that make you laugh, and then as long as it doesn't go like Cosby-esque, that was the worst.
Oh, obviously. I mean, that was disgusting. I mean, everything with the stories coming out too about all this. It's like, you know, if it's true.
How long are they
I
going
don't know.
back? How far are they going back?
I don't know. 2011. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even. First of all, I don't have cable. I haven't had cable for years. I'm tired of watching the news. It's all negative. It's all makes me sick. I can't watch it anymore, and I don't want to hear about politics. I'm tired of hearing about Corona. Like
Done with it, right?
I'm just so over it. And then all this stuff comes out, and I'm just so tired of hearing negative news. I just don't like.
Because people have time on their hands.
People want to talk to me about this whole, even comedians want to talk about it. I go, dude, I'm just trying to figure out my own depression right now. I'm fucking.
Right, we have to get out of this.
I don't
part.
need to hear about any
Somebody else's
scandals
things.
right now.
Right.
I want nothing to do with it. Like, I don't condone it, and I don't want anything to do with it.
And I can't be part of any scandals anymore. Once you get sued by your mother-in-law, you're done. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just feel flattened out. All I want to do is make a comeback with this world where they laugh again, where they're able to make fun of themselves again, where I can make a meatball joke again, where you think it's funny and you're talking about Brajol, and we're going back and forth and no one's considering it.
Oh, that's so great. I just want to go back to when I was talking about prosciutto for 3 hours.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Well,
I just miss comedy. Like,
comedy.
I just miss stand-up comedy. And my comedy has never been controversial. I put myself down, talk about my family, talk about dating. I do talk about some real stuff. I've gotten better at like talking about my brain tumor that I had, and like I had a seizure not long ago, and all that. And I want to dive into that more, and I started to before this whole Corona thing. So I think that's my
And
direction.
where were you with that? Do you take Dilantin for that? As an
For the
anti-seizures?
seizures? I was taking Tegretol for years.
How did it treat your gums? No problems?
My gums?
Yeah.
For the Tegretol?
Yeah.
It didn't really it screwed up my liver, so I wasn't
Right,
supposed to
always.
drink a lot. So I didn't really drink too much either. But
Gives you a high bilirubin, right? The count.
it made me tired.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm healthy now, but I want to try to, maybe I need to dive in more to that stuff. And
I would love to do something with you on that because something, people don't like to talk about things like that. Look at that kid, Cameron Royce. What was his name? He died of sudden epilepsy syndrome.
I didn't know
The
that.
Disney kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The one with the freckles. He was just like, everybody loved him. Do you know who I'm referring to? Can you tell me the name? Cameron. I know that. Royce. Cameron Royce.
Wow.
But it's so scary because the brain is the least they know about.
It's weird. It's a powerful thing. Yeah, it's a powerful thing for sure. I mean, yeah.
And the only thing that can bring us out, I think, is our own, what we think is funny. Like, I hate when people say I should sit and watch comedy to take my mind off things. It doesn't
No
work
way.
for me. It's the last thing.
Comedy's ruined for me. I have a philosophy. Again, we're supposed to be funny. This is a comedy podcast. We're supposed to tell jokes.
No,
Sorry,
it's
guys.
not. This ain't
Sorry,
what we
guys.
want.
Here's my philosophy, and I stand by this. I should write a book on this. My thought process is, everybody always says comics are depressed, which not all of them are, and a lot of them have depression. And they always say it's because they come from tragedy, which I came from tragedies. I'm sure it has a lot to do with it. I don't think that's why we're depressed. My philosophy is, comics. We get the courage through our tragedies to get on stage. Sometimes you hit a rock bottom, and then you get on stage and you love this immediate gratification of humor, right? What we do is humor is a core fundamental of who we are as people. We need it to survive. It's a defense mechanism. Humor and humanity. It is something that we need to survive. Back to the caveman days, they probably laughed at each other when they tripped on a rock and hit it. Like this shit's been around forever. We do it to survive. So what we do is we study it. We make it a science. It's a formula. You teach comedy. It's a formula. There's a formula to it. You see it, the surprise, the misdirection, the punchline, right? Now in life, in comedy movies and stand-up comedy, and in daily life, all we're doing is observing and trying to look for the formula. It's a strategy, and now it's formulated that it is now a business, and it's work, and we don't laugh. Like shit that used to make me laugh, I go, what do you do? That's funny.
That's how you say it.
It's
Like,
ruined.
right, it's done.
I can't watch a comedy movie without all my friends being in them. I can't, I want to just forget.
I want to get lost, so I have to go to horror.
Shit, man. Me
Are you
too.
scared of horror?
No, I used to be, but now I love thrillers, though.
Me too.
I love the weird shit.
I like. Did you see Dirty John?
Dirty John, no.
Oh my God, I loved that one.
I don't know, but I like John Wick. That's a good movie. That's not a thriller.
I
I
didn't
don't know
see
what that
that
is.
one. We better watch everything because we.
Just thoughtless bullshit that feeds my
Yeah.
dumb brain.
Oh, come on though. What was his? I mean, even the old stuff. Wally Sparks. That stupid stuff. Rodney Dangerfield. I
Look at
mean,
your people on live are staring at a
oh
ceiling.
my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thank you for putting
Yes.
this cute little sock on
Oh
these mics.
yes, comedy and music heals.
They
and
love
she
the
can say
ceiling.
that.
Look at the ceiling.
She can say that. Of course she
Come
can
here, let me
say
see your
that.
camera. We're doing both of these. Give me this.
We're doing these. Okay,
Let me see
fix
this.
them.
You get it.
And remember something.
You're making them dizzy. Give me this.
He can
What's up, guys? We're going live.
Thank
Let me
you.
tell you something about her. Let me tell you something. Okay, first of all, I love you because she watched me at a very we do shows that are fun, we do shows that are not fun at all. More not fun shows than we do normal shows. And she watched me do a show at a little place down here in Westwood, and she was cracking up in the background laughing at me. And I appreciated the shit out of that. There wasn't many people there. There wasn't many people that were laughing. And you laughed at me and you believed in me.
I did.
And you're like, I want to help you out, and she never did. And no, I'm just kidding. No, and
I went right away to the laugh factory.
she did. Did she? You told him
with a tape
you did.
from my phone.
Oh, you gave him the tape. What's up, girl?
That's why I was saying, what guy gave you what break? No, And I remember I spelled his name wrong. I said, but you won't forget. And then
You're
I
never
got
gonna
you
forget it. This guy, he's so funny. You got to look him up. Put him on your stage.
He didn't even know he was. You know what it
She
was?
goes,
He's
John
a
Humphreys. Didn't even
storyteller.
give my real name.
He's such a storyteller, and he's talking about his cousin who's supposed to pick
Go
him
on.
up from the dentist, and his mouth is bleeding.
It's true.
And his cousin just wants his pain meds, and he can't talk because he has blood coming down his mouth. And you were talking to the pharmacist.
True story. I got my wisdom teeth out. Yeah, what happened was I got my wisdom teeth out. I waited until I was an adult and they started growing in, right? So, and, at first I was kind of like terrified for the wisdom teeth because it's kind of scary. They're ripping your shit out of your face. But they give you laughing gas, which makes you feel amazing. Because I wasn't, at first I was terrified, like, I don't want to get them out. And then they, and I was like, yeah, fucking rip them all out. I don't need to. So anyways, they stuff you full with like, cotton. You're bleeding profusely from your mouth. I mean, you're just bleeding, and I'm high as fuck. So my cousin picks me up to take me to the pharmacy. I need a prescription to get, pain pills and all that stuff. But I'm high, and my cousin is more high than I am. He's in the car. He's baked out of his mind. He's supposed to get out of the car to go get the prescription for me because I'm sitting there bleeding all over my shirt. He doesn't. He asked me, he goes, can you give me a Snickers bar? I go, what the fuck? I said, of course I can. I'm Superman. Let's go. So I went into this thing. I swear to God, man, this is the best. I cannot believe he did this to me. What an asshole, my cousin. So my cousin doesn't go. I go inside and I'm bleeding. I'm literally walking in there like a zombie from The Walking Dead. And the pharmacy people, this was their reaction. They were like this. Like this. First of all, very physical comic. I'm doing this on, like, this is very possible for me to do, but you got it. You got it. So anyways, their fucking reactions. I have never seen people so scared. I'm bleeding, like, but I couldn't talk, so I kept typing it into my notes on my phone, and I kept going like this. And I'm just going like this. They're scurrying. But you know how it takes like 20 minutes to get your prescription filled? I got it done in like 2 minutes. These people fucking got me out of here. Like, get this zombie out. So anyways.
And you got the Snickers bar.
I got my Snickers bar. Now I just go back to the same pharmacy every time. They're like, get this guy, this fucking shit, get out of here.
Oh my God.
I put ketchup in my mouth.
I laughed so hard.
That's the rundown version. I just watered it down and ran into it, but that's the true story.
I think it was very fresh at the time.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think it wasn't even set up. It was just a story.
It's a true
And
story.
you have to know the family, and already he's decorated this family. I mean, you hear everyone in the family.
Yeah, I ran through this bit for you, but
it's great. It's great, like the Irish tell stories. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Right. I mean, come on, people love
storyteller. Yeah, I don't know. Is that?
It's a lost art.
I don't know. I hear a lot about where people want me to try to, even my agent and stuff. We've been talking about trying to get me a late night set. You got to do joke. Like.
Do you really though?
I don't know.
Who's to say what's right?
I like
anymore?
telling stories.
I was going to say, you know what? Look at Artie Lang. I mean, for whatever reason, look at his podcast. He had some setup downtown. It was great.
Hmm.
And there was nothing set up. He's just that brilliant. And I know he has his problems.
Yeah.
Big, big, big problems. But it's definitely, he could go off any topic, talk about anything, talk about anybody. And where is he now?
I don't know. Where are all these comedians at? They're right here, baby. The only ones you need to look at. 3 followers. Come on, let's go.
You want to hear
I'm
the
just happy to
funniest
get
thing?
out the fucking house, guys. Come on.
Do you know what we thought? We thought that too. Did you know what that means? That's only 3 that let you know. The other ones are just
4. We're coming out,
listen,
baby.
no, dude.
Let's go.
The other ones are voyeurs, and you can't see them until the end, and then it all shows up, and you're like,
Yeah, that's true. Well, this is what
Why
people
is
do.
that?
No, this is what people do it live. People pop in and out. They want to be like, hey, remember me? Bye. It's just like that's all they do it live. They chime in, hey, what's going on? Pay attention to me. I do it. I gotta be honest.
No.
I love my favorite thing in the world is I like jumping into people's lives and being aggressively like annoying and just saying annoying shit until I get them to laugh. They look down because they don't address every comment. They look down and then they go on, and I know it was me. I do it all the time. Like my buddy brought in a magician on his live, and I just kept saying, hey, make my depression disappear, make my ex disappear. Just saying like a bunch of shit in his live until he looked down and then he laughed, and then I go, all right, I'm good. I got my attention because I'm an attention whore. Bye. And then click, and I shut it off.
why don't we do a dating game? And would you date another comedian?
Oh, yeah, to put 2 fucked up people in one house? Good night.
There's no way, right?
I mean, I can't. Maybe I should. What would we do? We just like, would our wedding would just be crying the whole time?
The whole time.
Or be doing bits, trying to upstage each other?
Oh, my God.
Let me tell you something. If I get married, I want to get married. And hopefully, well, I'm still fucking alive. Come on. So I want to get married, and I just want to make my vows funny, and I don't want to take it seriously. Do you know Harlan Williams, comedian?
Yes,
He
of
told me
course.
stories about his wedding, about he had a monkey as his ring bearer. I go,
I believe him.
that shit is hilarious. I wanna have a wedding where I make jokes of my vows. I'm sorry.
And just have a great time.
I mean, come on.
And make it your wedding.
It's probably why I'm not married.
That's okay. We're going to get you married.
They go, I want a cake, and I want a dress, and I go, and I want fucking koala bears serving everybody at the tables. Get the fuck out of here, Vinny.
And I want my friggin' stuff on the table.
Hey.
Like The Sopranos.
I
You
want to
still
throw
watching
salami.
it?
I want to throw salami at the people sitting there. I don't know.
For no reason. Did you like The Sopranos?
Sopranos, a good show.
Wasn't the best. The cinematic quality was unbelievable. I'm sorry to go
So
back.
good.
Wasn't it really, though?
They're trying to make. I heard a story about James Gandolfini. You heard the story? His audition. No, you guys hear?
No, tell
So
me.
James Gandolfini, when he auditioned for The Sopranos, he went in there, and I'm bad camera work. So he went in there and he said he did his audition and he fucked up apparently a little bit of his line or something, and he got so mad at himself he tossed the chair. Yeah, fuck this, fuck that, and he got pissed and he stormed out of there. It was real. It was just his real reaction, and he was just beating himself up over fucking up the audition, and they loved it. They go, "That's our guy, Tony Soprano."
Just
And he
like
got the
that.
role. So now I go into auditions. I'm kicking shit. Fuck off, you fucking assholes. And they're like, this is a Disney commercial, Vinny? You're doing it? You guys, come on. Jokes are coming. You ready for
Can I
it?
tell you how hard is it when you hadn't been on an audition for a while? I had to play fake tennis. Do you know how hard that was with no ball?
Fake tennis.
You know,
Auditioning, especially commercial auditions, are the worst. I
tell
go,
them. It's not easy.
I literally have gone on, I've gone on auditions where I leave there and I go, fucking Hollywood.
Only
Literally?
Hollywood.
They come in here, they go, okay. I had to do a thing where they made me take my shirt off. And they said, all right, you're going to pretend like you're in a pool. And you see a flamingo. Hold this. They said, take your shirt off and pretend like you're swimming. And you see a pink flamingo go by. So this is the audition. Ready? They go like this. And they made me swim like this. They said, swim, keep swimming. And all right, I'm swimming. And I'm fake swimming like an asshole. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Then I go, oh, look, a pink flamingo. With my shirt off. And then they said, get the fuck out of here. So anyways, I had to go home and live with that. Never got the commercial. Didn't get the call back. I go, what did he not like about me going, everybody did the same shit. We're actually all in a line. You know how creepy this is? We're all in a line. A bunch of dudes shirtless going like this. Oh, pink flamingo. Oh, a pink flamingo. I go, why did I move out here?
Oh my!
Why did I move out here?
That's the moments we question.
Why do I live here? I have to live with myself. I have to go home and go, I didn't get the pink flamingo commercial. I don't even know what it was for. By the way, I had a breakup. It was so bad. Girlfriend cheated on me. I was so depressed.
How'd you find out? Texting.
My buddy's friend. So my buddy's friend was roommates with the guy.
Ugh.
So, anyways, it was pretty devastated. It was last year. That's where I was pretty beat up, right? So, anyways, I finally go. I got to keep the juices going. I got a commercial audition. I go to it. I go, I'm gonna go to the audition, whatever. So I go to the audition, and in the building there's 2 auditions. The lady's sitting at the desk, and she goes, "Are you here for the feature film or the diarrhea commercial?" It was a commercial for diarrhea medication. And there are the other ones for a supporting role in a feature film. Guess which one do you think Vinny was there for, guys? Anybody? I'll take answers. Oh, it was the diarrhea medication. What'd you have to do on that commercial audition? You had to pretend like you were on a date and you got diarrhea, and you had to get up and go to the bathroom. I go, God is he's the funniest comedian I know. That is hilarious.
It's piss on us, right? Just feels that way.
I literally left that commercial audition. I wasn't more sad. I was laughing. I go, this makes sense.
At this point, what can you do?
This makes sense. I think it's funny. When fucked up shit happens to me at this point, I'm fucked up. Ready? I start laughing. I go.
Because there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
But up. Did you know I worked with Harrison Ford?
Is this before he crashed a plane on a...
Dude, he must have been crashing back then, too. And Melanie Griffith is on the show, and she comes up to me and says, hold my cigarette and don't let anybody touch it. And Mike Nichols is directing. And they hired me off my name.
He told you to hold a cigarette?
She told me to hold her cigarette.
Oh.
And then she sits on his lap. And I remember he looked very uncomfortable in his chair. He was doing all this kind of movement, and I thought he was uncomfortable because she was there, and I was trying to engage in conversation. So he says, it was lunch, and I said, oh, so I go, where were we going for lunch? He goes, what are you making? And I go, oh, reservations. You're like a jerk. And I fell all the way down the stairs in front of him. And my shoe was wrapped around my ankle, and I was on the bottom of the stairwell, and people stepped over me, and I was so humiliated and embarrassed. And then we go back to the scene again, and Melanie wants me to hold her cigarette for whatever reason. And then later on, in an interview, he said that he was suffering terribly from hemorrhoids during Working Girl. And that must have been so horrifying.
Damn.
And I had noticed there was
what a turn that story had.
Dude, I'm
went
wondering.
From the bottom of the stairs to bloody asshole. I love it.
Dude, how crazy is that?
It's scary.
And I got to tell you this. I remember there was a scene where, they were the SAG extras, so they got to eat the different crafts table. And these sisters were like, you're not allowed to eat at this table. And I was like, I can afford to buy my own hamburger. And I was just stupid. And I was like, why are they telling on me? I didn't want McDonald's, that's all. Remember when it was different, like SAG, and how they would treat you different? You're that young that you got treated equally. SAG. Hey, listen, I'm SAG, no choice.
I'm not even SAG. I've been here been doing comedy for 10 years. Not even SAG. I did a SAG. I fucking did a comedy show at the Improv to help SAG raise. I did a SAG benefit to help the guy be the president of SAG. I did a SAG benefit. I get on stage, I go, not even SAG. This is fucking... Do I have to be funnier? Maybe. Maybe I gotta get funny. I don't know what it is. Also, I'm gonna sell a show.
Listen.
This is the first I've been out of my house. I'm sorry, I lost my mind.
Dude, it's so cool though. I want you know what I think? I think that you should do a show again. And have somebody else on. No,
I'm trying to write some shows. My buddy Ian Edwards and I are working on a show, and
Ian Edwards is one of the funniest men in the world.
Him. One of my best friends. I love him. I appreciate him. One of the funniest motherfuckers on the planet. And I'm trying to. So I wrote a pilot, and I was doing stand up. I was touring with Harlan Williams and Nick Swartzen and some other guys and stuff. And I don't know. We'll see.
Oh my God, Nick! I remember when you came from Boston.
I did some shows with Nick. I was doing was traveling with my buddy Drew Lynch too. He's one of my favorite best
Oh,
friends.
he's a nice guy.
And yeah, who knows, man? You know, I had a show lined up Easter weekend, and it was a corporate in Cabo, and I've done it before, and it was really very very fun, very fun, awesome gig, luxurious.
I need those kind of gigs.
Luxurious resort. A lot of industry people go there, and then they were talking about Larry David had a house down there. He was maybe going to be doing the show with us, and they were doing opera and comedy. I did it once before. It was cool. This year, I'm supposed to do it again. Corona hits. Easter weekend. I was supposed to be at Cabo, maybe doing comedy with Larry David on a resort. I was fucking crying, eating macaroni and cheese. Watching documentaries on Netflix by myself.
That's all I do is watch
spooning with
documentaries.
my cattle dog, and I go, this is Hollywood.
This is Hollywood.
This is how it works.
This is how it ends.
Keeps you humble as hell, I guess. Or, I don't know.
But listen, as long as you still look good, what do you care? Look.
I shaved my beard for you. I had a turkey neck beard this morning. It was just growing down my chest. It was almost connected to my chest.
Stop bragging. In post,
I was FaceTiming my dad, and I go, oh shit, the podcast, and I rushed. I shaved my beard, and then I rushed down here. She wasn't even here. So anyways.
See how they talk about me? Where can people find you when they want to see you? What's your social media platforms? I want you to come back here, by the way.
I'm sorry, I just realized I talked the whole time.
You're supposed to. It's your show. That's what I do. It's your show.
This is the first time I've done anything in forever. I miss comedy.
Did you have
I miss
fun at all?
This was the most fun I've had in months. Thank
I
you.
hope you tell people. I hope you encourage them to come here and...
Guys, come to LA School of Comedy. Here, I'll tell you this.
It's LASC, yeah. I'm trying to find an acronym so they don't think it's work.
For people watching, if you want to do stand-up comedy, don't. No, I'm just kidding. If you want to do stand-up comedy, you got to learn. I will tell you. I'll do a fun fact to do your pitch here for you. I started when I was a kid. The first time I started comedy was I took a class at CCAC, which is a community college in Allegheny County, Pittsburgh. I was too young. You had to be 18. My mom lied about my age. She snuck me in. This was after my brain surgery. I had brain surgery, and I couldn't play sports, so my mom was trying to help me find things to do, and I did comedy. So I went into this class. I was too young. Eventually, the teacher found out that I was too young. My mom had to just come to the class with me. And I took a comedy class. And I actually learned about comedy and how not to do it because the guy was not funny at all. No, I'm just kidding. No, but they basically teach you comedy formula, and they teach you how to understand it and do it. And then our final was to do it because comedy is just do comedy.
Hello.
So how I got started was I took the class. It gave me the courage to get started. I finished with the final. Was I funny? Definitely not. Not even close. I got a couple laughs, made me feel good about myself.
A giggle.
And then I came back. But it was a class that helped me get started. And I don't know anybody else doing classes out here.
No.
You're killing it. You take her class, she'll teach you how to be funny. She'll teach you how to she can't teach you how to be funny.
I can't. You know what? If people tell you you're funny, you probably are.
Yeah, she can't teach you how to be funny. She can teach you the art of comedy.
Yeah, and it's a performing art.
It's an art. So
I'm glad you appreciate that, by the way.
And I respect you and I appreciate it. And I love you.
I love you for being here. And follow me on Sunday Live and follow him. Fasline.
Follow me anywhere. I need friends. Follow me to the grocery store. Follow me to the bathroom. My dog does. He watches me shit. I don't know, guys.
If I put a collar on myself, I wonder if that'll help me go. That just got too personal. But you know what? Will you come back again?
I'm sorry I missed that. I was in my own head. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was just like, oh, fucking.
Will you come back and see us again if I find a date for you?
What are you kidding? I'll come back. I'll come over to your house just to have cereal.
Oh, baby, let's do it. We're on the go. This talk show's on the go. We've been on the go. Thanks, you guys, for watching, and I'll see you on YouTube tonight.